Are you ready to get a girlfriend? And will you travel even after getting married? I'm open to the prospect of meeting my wife at any time, dude. Like if I look out this window, look, that might be my wife. See that girl right there? Look at her. Blonde. How much do you dare me to walk down there right now and say, excuse me, are you looking for a husband? So guys, I walked down the street and I met an American. Her name's Ace, and guess what? She's my wife. Right when you guys said, do I want to get married? You jinxed it. Shoot, bro, you jinxed it. Have you ever thought about going vegan? I mean, eating meat is like eating corpses. That's what someone said. If you have to decide yourself deaf or blind, so someone asked if I would rather be deaf or blind, and that's a hard question. I have learned this. The rejection of going for something that you want to do is always better than the safety you feel by not going for it. Hogwarts house, this is actually the most important question. People make money, right? They spend it on alcohol, they spend it on clothes, they spend it on other stuff that they like doing, and then they complain that they don't have money. That's false. You have money, you just spent it on things that were more important than traveling, okay? Just be honest with yourself. If you have money and you spent it on clothes, just say, hey, I spent money on clothes, and maybe next month or next year, I'll prioritize travel, okay? But don't be one of those people that say, I can't travel as you're looking at your $1,000 iPhone and wearing like Gucci flip-flops. Like seriously, come on. The reason why social media is so addicting is because, let me go off on this tangent by the way before I get into the Q&A. The reason why social media is so addicting is because it's replacing what you actually need. It's a good thing in a way because you can get feedback from friends and family and they can keep in contact with you and send you messages and give you those little heart things that pop up at the bottom of your screen. And when you get a lot of them, you get a lot of dopamine. You're like, oh shoot, I must be balling. That's where social media is good, where you can keep in contact, but it becomes detrimental when you as a human being start equating social media interaction with real interaction, because if you don't get the real interaction, then you start dying inside. You gotta make sure that you really get interacting with real human beings, whether that's like calling on the phone, meeting in person is the best, and just talking to people in person. You gotta have those people that you can talk to in person. And that's something that I didn't have when I was traveling, really. You're meeting people from all over the world and they're awesome, but there are some people that know you better than most people. And when you talk to them, you're just like, dang bro, glad you understand me, you know? So like friends and family that I didn't talk to over the past couple months, you know, it was kind of like an experiment for me. I wanted to see how I did in those circumstances. So here we go. Let's just do the Q&A, chill video. That's another thing, dude. As a YouTuber, sometimes you get writer's block. You know how writers say they get writer's block and they don't know what to write about? As a YouTuber, if you allow your own thoughts to get in your way, then you'll get YouTube block or creativity block, where you think that all your ideas are bad, when in reality, they're not. As a human being, what you have to create will resonate with somebody, and that means that it does have value. It might not have value for everyone, but it will have value for something. So a video like this, it has value for me because I'm able to express myself on the camera, and I think just being a little more real and stuff is good for y'all too. Not saying that I'm not real on all my videos, but a video like this that's less edited allows you to understand who I am more as a person rather than an athlete or a traveler, because these are different conversations. If you're with me and we're traveling, you know, I'm gonna be saying, man, look at this is the Colosseum, or look at this is the statue of David, Michelangelo chiseled this, John. You know what I mean? We're gonna have different conversations on those videos than if I'm just here answering your questions directly. Look, we're already in 6 minutes. Haven't even got to the Q&A. Sorry about that, y'all. I think I might just become someone who talks to the camera instead of making travel videos. That's a joke. All right, so here we go. I'm just gonna start with the questions that you guys asked me, and that's just gonna be the video, okay? First question. If you know you would die in a month, and you had one place left to go, where would you go? So I'm assuming this person asked this question thinking that I would say, oh, as a traveler, I need to go one last place. But honestly, I've already seen enough. I've seen enough. Does that sound weird? It's true. I've seen enough. I don't need to go travel anymore. The travel bug in me has not been satisfied, but it's been tested and traveled enough where if I was to stop traveling today, I would be satisfied, because you cannot find satisfaction while traveling. The only thing that you can see tangibly and hold and really love is your family and friends. So to answer this question, where would I go if I knew I had a month to die, a month left to live? I'd go home. I'd go to LA, and what would I do? I would spend every single day just eating, talking, and playing games with my friends and family. That's it. That's the best thing you could possibly do. I've said it a few times in my videos, and I really do think that this is true. If you don't have a lot of time left in your life, or maybe you just have a weekend off of work, okay? Just think about that. Think about a weekend off of work. The best thing you could possibly do is find the people that you really love the most. Get them together in a room, have everybody bring some food, make some food, bring some games, and turn the music up a little bit too loud and have a good time. That's the best thing you could possibly do. In traveling, that's what I've found. Like, the best thing I could possibly do on this earth with tangible people is eat and play games. So do that. I'm a Christian. In the Bible, it says the same thing. It says eat and drink with your friends and rejoice in the hard work that you've been given, okay? So that's what our lot is as human beings, is to just rejoice in the lot that God gave us, okay? Which is beautiful. We've been given a life, I've been given a life, you've been given a life, and you didn't even ask for it. You just came out of your mother's womb one day, right? You didn't ask for it. Think about the time where you were existing before you actually existed and asking God for a life, okay? It didn't happen. So you were given a life, and you were born at a certain place at a certain time with certain parents with certain talents. So that's the lot that you're given. So use that, work hard, provide for your family and friends, buy food with them, and have fun. That's the best thing you can do. Favorite movies and TV shows? It's a great question. It's a Wonderful Life has always been my very favorite movie of all time, just because the character George Bailey, I relate to that guy in many ways, and I also want to be him in many ways too. So watch the movie. It's a great movie, and the reason I love it so much is because what George goes through with his wife and his children and his family throughout the whole story just like really hits home with me, because it's about the impact that you are having on many people in your life, even if you don't think that you are. And sometimes that happens to me as a YouTuber. I'm just making videos thinking people are watching them, but are they getting things that they need? Is my video fulfilling a need in someone's life? And maybe that's giving myself too much credit and thinking that I could impact the world just by making a video, but at least I know that if I'm honest with you guys and real, that will come through in the message. So I think that's impactful. Anyways, welcome to my brain. Favorite movies: It's a Wonderful Life, Good Will Hunting with Matt Damon and Ben Affleck, Dead Poets Society, The Truman Show. These are all ones that I really love. I love The Matrix as well. Makes you think. I wrote down Saving Private Ryan. Really well shot, good story. Crazy how they filmed that about Normandy. The Notebook, yes, I do like that movie. Ratatouille. I'd say all Pixar movies, man. All Disney movies. They do a great job. Moana's a great one too. I relate to Moana. I consider Moana one of my spirit animals. Same with Ratatouille. TV shows, I haven't watched much TV. Really, I really haven't watched that much TV or followed a show. But the only shows that I have followed on Netflix last year when I was playing football, Narcos and Stranger Things. Dude, the production value of those two things were incredible, dude. Netflix is doing a really good job putting a lot of money into what they're doing over there, man. That's why I like Netflix too. Next question: how did you catch the travel bug? Good question. So I wrote down an answer on my Instagram. I said, as a kid, I remember always being attracted to settings of novels that I read. Very true. I would read books, and every time they introduced a new setting, especially if it was outside the United States, where I grew up, I would get so inspired, and I would be able to imagine it so distinctly. And that was always the biggest deal when it came to reading for me. If the reading took me to a new place, that was what it was about, bro. Imagination, man. Like, I would read the Hardy Boys, and they would say, on an overnight flight to Peru. And I would just think about it, bro, where's Peru? And then I would just keep reading, and it would say, you know, they're going on some undercover mission to see Machu Picchu and like capture these drug lords who've been selling drugs over the border. Anyways, I don't think that's a Hardy Boys book, but that's pretty much what it was like. And anytime there was a setting outside the US, I would always just like romanticize it in my head and just think about what it would be like traveling, man. And I've always had an innate love for exploring new places, you know. I wrote down that I climbed into my attic, rode my bike to the next town, and anytime my family had a family vacation, it was freaking dope for me, man. I would just sit out the window. We would go on motorhome trips, and I would just sit out the window and look at the passing hills, at the cows, at the small towns, and I would just think about people. I do this now, you know, when I'm people watching. Like, even right now, I'm looking out the window, and I'm just thinking, there's a person right here. There's like an older lady. What is she thinking? Like, what got her there? She had a whole life, different set of parents that I had. Different family, different friends. Literally, we don't even know that each other exists. I know that she exists because I'm looking at her. But like, I always am thinking about people's stories and how many crazy things that everybody goes through that nobody else knows. And that also should inspire you, because everyone has value, man. And one of my favorite quotes is, every single person in the world knows something that you don't know. So when you talk about travel and how I got the travel bug and when I love meeting new people, it's because of all of that. I would say reading books really hyped up my travel passion, because like I said, I would read the books and I would say, man, I gotta go there. Harry Potter was one of the book series that like consolidated my... Harry Potter got me hyped on life. Let's just be honest, dude. That junk freaking hyped me up. And something that got me as I was growing up is a lot of people said Harry Potter was witches and Warcraft and evil. You know, there was like parents that wouldn't let their kids read Harry Potter because they thought it was the devil or something. No! I don't believe that. I really don't, man. Like, that story freaking hyped me up, inspired me to live a better life, to be honest. Beaches or mountains? People ask me, do I like the beach or do I like the mountains? And if I had to pick one or the other, I would pick the beach. Part of the reason is because I grew up near the beach. I grew up in California, about 15 minutes away from the beach. And the other part is just like, I'm not a huge fan of the cold. Kind of weird, huh? I guess that's not weird. I mean, even if I'm traveling, right? I started my travels in Bali for the specific reason that it was hot enough that I did not have to bring extra jackets. Like, I love being at the beach, man. I love being able to just wear a t-shirt and chill out, so I love the beach. I would always pick the beach over the mountains if I had to choose one. I do love them both. If I can go to the mountains in the summertime and hike when it's warm, that's dope. But if it's like super cold and I'm skiing and like falling in it, personal opinion. Where are you right now? Florence, Italy. Beautiful place, man. Have you ever thought about going vegan? I mean, eating meat is like eating corpses, that's what someone said. Yes, I've thought about going vegan, bro, for sure. Many times, you know why? Because my mom is a nutritionist, and she is the best person I know to talk about nutrition because she's done so much research. She just knows, bro. My mom always knows. Mom, I love you. Straight up. Thank you for everything you've taught me. I have not always obeyed everything that you told me, and what ends up happening is I live life and I realize that you were right. So eating healthy is definitely the way to go. Being a vegan, you don't necessarily have to be a vegan, you know? I'm not the type of person that sees someone eating meat and is gonna condemn them for it. But I am the type of person that says, look, if you know what your body needs, then you sure as heck should do that. If you know that your body can operate better without meat, then don't eat meat. If you know that your body will operate better if you don't eat cheese or milk, then don't eat cheese or milk, all right? We all have to realize that our bodies are different. Even though we're humans, our bodies are different. We can eat different things and feel different ways. Yes, there is general health that will help everyone. Eating refined sugar, eating candy, eating a bunch of fatty foods is not gonna help anyone, so don't do that. But then you gotta like specify what you need, and if being a vegan is good, then do it. And that's a test that I have to make of myself, okay? Eating healthy is the best way to go, so do that. I actually would love to become a full out, all around lifestyle type videographer. You know, I love travel and I want that to be my main thing. But I've always thought about talking about what I eat, talking about, yeah, we can talk about that later. What advice would I give to people who want to travel but struggle with money currently? I wrote this answer down and I stand by it right now. Travel to places that don't cost money first. Ride your bike to another city, get your friends to drive you places, because I started itching my travel bug by just driving to Mexico from LA on weekends. It was 3 hours, cool adventure, and I only had to pay $10 in gas. So yeah, travel to places that don't cost money. Everyone lives somewhere. Fact! You live somewhere. Wanna know another fact? There are places within your vicinity, either walking, biking, or by car or train, that you can go for free. For free. Your friends might not even make you pay for gas. You can go to a new town, you can go to a new city, okay? So if you live in Europe, if you live in America, if you live anywhere, dude, just go places that are free first. Don't act like you need to go on this elaborate Rome tour. Honestly, bro, go with the homies, like I said before. Get some food, crank up the freaking tunes in the car, make sure you got an aux cord. Go to another place. Like I said, I can speak from my own experience. We used to, after college football games, we would drive down to Mexico. We'd bring our surfboards. We'd literally just get some tacos, go surfing, and that's it. All I had to pay was for my gas. We chipped in, 4 of us chipped in, and pay for my tacos, man. And you could definitely do that. Everyone can do that. It's all about priorities and what you spend your money on and what you spend your time on. You are in charge of your time and what you do. Just be smart about it. How did you get time and money to travel when you were in college? Branching off the last question, in college there's always times where you're free. You don't have to go to school every day. You don't have to go to school all day. So even if you're going to school every day, which you're probably not, there's definitely times in the day where you can go somewhere new. But think about this, as a normal college student, you're gonna get a couple 3-day weekends. You're gonna get a couple weeks off. I played college sports, so my schedule was a little bit more crammed than just like someone who's going to school. So I had school and sports, but even then, dude, after the football season was over, we would have 1 week, we'd have 2 weeks even, and that's when I booked my tickets. I knew it was coming up. I said, hey man, June 17th, I'm free. What do you want to do? And instead of waiting, you know, for June 17th to come, me and my friends, we would plan it out on June 16th, and we'd buy a ticket, fly to Asia, and that's what I would do. I would spend all my money. Let me see what the question says again. Yeah, so how did I get money? First of all, let me say, the trip I took to Asia when I was in college only cost me $1,000, round trip, flights, food, everything. $1,000 for 2 weeks in Asia, okay? And that might seem like a lot, but it's not really that much, bro. If you just save money, you can do it, bro. I was stingy as mess. I spent zero money on crap that I didn't have to spend on, and 100% of my money on stuff that I wanted to spend on. So first thing I bought, camera. Cost me $400. That's a lot of money for a college kid because I didn't have that much money. The money that I was supposed to be spending on food, I would low-key take some extra food from the football locker room, NCAA violation, but I'm gone now. Peace. There's always a way. There's always a way. Just work, save your money. If you want to go travel, but you also like to spend lots of money on clothes, you have to just make a decision, okay? The worst thing possible that I've seen people do is people make money, right? And then they spend it on alcohol, they spend it on clothes, they spend it on other stuff that they like doing, and then they complain that they don't have money. That's false. You have money, you just spent it on things that were more important than traveling, okay? Just be honest with yourself. If you have money and you spent it on clothes, just say, hey, I spent money on clothes, and maybe next month or next year I'll prioritize travel, okay? But don't be one of those people that say, I can't travel as you're looking at your $1,000 iPhone and wearing like Gucci flip-flops. Like seriously, come on. It's so true, bro. Okay, I have to address this too, based on my answers to the previous question, is I've been traveling for 4 months, right? And people say, how do you get to travel? How do you get to travel? You know, YouTube pays for everything, and I'm honestly very blessed and thankful that you guys watch these videos, because without you guys, I would not be able to do what I'm able to do. But I will say this, I don't make a ton of money. I'm not making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. I'm not making $10,000 a month. Off YouTube ad revenue alone, which is very small, it depends on where you are too. Because when I was in India, the ad revenue is way down. When I'm in Germany, the ad revenue is a little bit higher. So that's irrelevant, and it shouldn't really be that big a deal, because it's not that big a deal for me. I'm not really trying to make a lot of money. Long-time fan from Mexico. I love Mexico because that was the first place I went to get my travel bug off. Book recommendations. I have a lot of books that I recommend. These are just a few. The Alchemist, that inspired me. I really relate to The Alchemist. It tells a story about somebody who wants to take a, you know, basically go for their dreams. If you have dreams and you have things that are in your way, read The Alchemist, because it will really allow you to picture what you're currently going through in a different light. And that's what books are beautiful, bro. Books are so beautiful because what you are going through right now, someone's gone through. You need to understand this. What you are going through right now, I don't even know who you are. I might know who you are, but I might not know who you are. And I don't even need to know who you are to know that you are going through something. Number one, you're going through something. And number two, you're going through something that someone else in history has already gone through and has already written a book about. So please, invest time in reading books, because they will help you out a lot. Read books, okay? Harry Potter changed my life. 12 Rules for Life by Jordan Peterson changed my life. Also, another thing that I've learned, when you read authors, you have to pick them wisely. Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl is a really good book too. It was a guy who survived the Nazi concentration camps. Crazy. I understand your pain. I understand that you guys are going through things that are hard, and that's the beauty of being a human being, right? Just like you didn't ask to be a human being, you were blessed with this life. You were also blessed to go through hardships, because as you get older, you realize that hardships make you into the best version of yourself, okay? I thought about this the other day too. Caterpillars become butterflies only because they have to struggle in a cocoon. And this isn't some cheap metaphor that you should overlook. Really, understand this. Caterpillars become butterflies because they literally have to struggle in this little freaking cage. When they struggle in the cage, they're like, oh! I read something, and it said that while they're struggling, it pushes all the nutrients from their body into their wings, so their wings are strong enough to fly when the freaking thing breaks open. It makes too much sense. We are freaking caterpillars. And all the struggles that we have, everybody has worries 24/7, okay? That's just your caterpillar freaking self finally getting strong enough to not whine about everything and just work hard and break the junk open. Imagine if the caterpillar just sat in the cocoon just like, this junk sucks. Nature is not gonna have any freaking pity on that dumb caterpillar. It's just gonna be like, all right, sit in the freaking cocoon and die. All right, that's how it is for us as humans. Don't complain. Work freaking hard, bear your burdens, and once you crack open the cocoon, you're gonna be able to fly, and you're gonna say, dang, I'm glad that I went through the hard times. All right, this video is way too long. This is actually good that I'm posting this video, because now you have a little insight into my brain when I'm not filming. This is what I'm constantly thinking about. Just looking at the clouds, like reading books, typing notes in my phone, guys. I have it's not a problem. I'm not gonna say it's a problem, but I have because I'm actually really protective over my notes, because it's like a gateway into my soul, and only a few people get to. Next question! Best German word, Flugzeug, and it means airplane. Me and Silas always say Flug mit der Flugzeug. I love the word Flugzeug. Where exactly do I come from? That's a good question. I don't think I've ever showed you my house really in depth. But I was born in Irvine, California, which is about 45 minutes south of Los Angeles. So when everybody asks me where I'm from, I say I'm from LA because I technically am from LA, just the suburbs of LA. And I went to college in LA for 4 years, had a great time, good experience in college. But yeah, Irvine, California, you can Google that. Great place. What's Jesus been teaching you lately? This is a question that somebody asked and I said, so much. Yeah, Jesus has been teaching me a lot lately. I'm a Christian and I try my best, guys. Let me be more real with you than I've ever been about my faith. I've tried my best. I am a sinful human being, and this is a realization that is very good because when you don't believe that you are capable of sinning, not that I ever thought I was incapable of sinning, but there were times earlier in the year where I was thinking, man, I got this down, bro. Read my Bible, got this junk, man. I'm a Christian, bro. Woo! Woo! And it's honestly like when you get a little bit too sure of your own abilities, that's when God humbles you. And I can't even say that it was God who humbled me. It's probably just my own stupidity. The main thing that I can tell you guys without going off on a long tangent with my faith is knowing the importance of the Word. The Word of God is the only thing that you can have that gives you directions. Because just think about this, man. If you're living in a world where there is no pillar of truth, if there's no pillar of truth, then we're all just sitting in a pitch black room. Imagine you're wandering in a room and there's nothing. You can't see anything. It's just pitch black. That's kind of like life without truth. Truth has to be light because it has to give you something to look at and say, whoa, if that's truth, then I need to base what I do off of that. Something that's super simple that I always talk about is working out. You know, I relate working out to my faith. And I think we all can agree that if you eat food that is from the ground, if you eat apples, if you eat oranges, vegetables and salads and all these really good fruits, right? We can all agree that if you eat those things and if you work out every day, maybe for an hour, you're gonna be healthy, okay? So this is like a truth that we all somehow just accept. Working out and eating right is healthy. So if we're all in that room of being pitch black and dark, there's a light. And what does it say? It says, work out, eat healthy. Ah. Makes sense. So the Bible is the same thing for me. It's like the health of the spirit. And when my spirit is healthy, then everything else is healthy. So I've just been really struggling as a normal human being. So that might be encouragement to you guys because a lot of times you see me excited on my videos. And I am excited. I'm excited right now, to be honest, just talking to you guys straight up. But I'm not always energetic. Unfortunately. I'm a normal human being. Unfortunately. I'd love to just be straight Iron Man or something that never messes up. But even Iron Man messes up, right? Tony Stark. Anyways, as a Christian, your walk is just daily. It's daily, man. And you get stronger and stronger, but you never arrive. Which is that's difficult for someone like me. I'm a competitor. I always want to be, you know, I want to be there. Can't always be there. You gotta trust. Do you plan to ever settle down? Sorry guys, this is becoming a podcast. Hope you enjoy. Do you plan to ever settle down? Yes, I do. I literally just typed yes. Yes, I want a family. How did you come to know about Jesus? All right, this is a good story. My friend Nick in high school, he was so full of joy and love, bro. Literally, I knew this guy, he was like an angel. All right, Nick, if you're listening to this video, shout out. I appreciate you for everything that you did because this guy, bro, he was just emitting so much light in my life. And it was a simple thing. It wasn't even that he was trying. He was just so joyful. Every time I talked to him, he was like, bro, what's up, man? How you doing? He really cared about me. He really asked about how I was doing. And when he spoke, he had this joy that I was unsure what it was. And I said, bro, where did you get that? That thing that you got going on? He's like, what do you mean? I said, you're so joyful and you are literally emitting light. I want some of that in my own life. And then he just went on to say, bro, the reason why I have what I have is because I've spent time over the past couple weeks, months, whatever it was for him, just reading the Bible and seeking God in prayer. And I said, dang, bro, so you mean you just read the Bible? I asked him as if that was not normal, because that should be normal. If you believe in Jesus, like reading the Bible is the only way you can get his words. Going back to the little room, there's something going on, city life. But yeah, going back to that room situation, if you feel that the truth is the Bible, it only makes sense to read it. And if the truth is the light, dang, that fool Nick had light in him and I wanted it. So when he told me that he read his Bible, I went and I bought one that week. And that has been the start of my relationship with Jesus. So that was when I was a junior in high school. I was 18 years old. So that was less than 10 years ago. Crazy. So I technically am still pretty new as a Christian, if you want to think about it, like born again Christian. I'm pretty new in my faith. It's been about 7 years, 8 years now, and I'm learning a lot every day, for real, for real. Cats or dogs? Dogs. Cats make me allergic. I get red eyes, I start sniveling, and that just runs in the family. My dad was allergic to cats, so I'm allergic to cats. I have no problem with cats if cats are like chilling, but if the cats are inside the house, the only reason why I'm not down with cats is because I know what's about to happen to my eyes. I have a big dog. I have a big old German Shepherd. His name's Rex. He patrols the yard to make sure that nobody jumps in, protects the family. Dogs over cats all day. I will give cats props because I do like the attitude of cats. Silas and I, when we were filming in Germany, we were talking about this because dogs are loyal as mess, dude. Dogs are the most loyal. We should all strive to be more like dogs when it comes to relationships with people that we love, but we should all strive to be more like cats when it comes to the opinions of people that we don't necessarily care about. Let me explain. Cats, they can walk up to anybody, get pet by anybody, get fed by anybody, and still just walk away like they don't care. Anything you do to a cat, it's still on its own, it's still chilling. So as a YouTuber, I need to develop a little bit more of a cat mentality when I'm filming videos and not necessarily get so attached to my ideas or the people that are saying things about it. So cats are cool, you can learn from them, but yeah, dogs over cats. Are you ready to get a girlfriend? And will you travel even after getting married? So yeah, I'm not looking for a girlfriend right now, currently. I'm not looking for a girlfriend at all. I'm not looking, and I don't think that somebody should look, but who am I to say? I'm traveling, and if I meet a girl that is the one for me while I'm traveling, I'm open to it. You know, I'm not the type of person who's saying, I need to be single until I'm 30. I have said that in the past. Yeah, that's not realistic, you know? I'm open to people. I'm open to the prospect of meeting my wife at any time, dude. Like if I look out this window, look, that might be my wife. See that girl right there? Look at her. Blonde, she has a bag and jeans on. Maybe? How much do you dare me to walk down there right now and say, excuse me, are you looking for a husband? Maybe I should do that. But anyways, I made that little joke just to say that if I met my wife literally today outside the front door, so be it. I don't think I would know immediately. I think I would have to go on a couple dates to make sure. But if I met my wife while traveling, so be it. I'm not looking for her right now. And what else did I say? Where's my wife? She's walking away.
No. Yes.
So guys, I walked down the street and I met an American. Her name's Ace, and guess what? Best thing about her so far, Birkenstocks. She's my wife. You met her. She's my wife. Look, right when you guys said, do I want to get married? You jinxed it. Shoot, bro, you jinxed it. I basically wanted to prove the point. I saw a girl out my window, right? And we've all done that 100 times where we say, man, that girl's cute, man. I wish I could just talk to her. And guess what? You can. I went downstairs, took a right, freaking went up to her and said, Entschuldigung, sprechen Sie Deutsch? And all jokes aside though, she was super dope, and what you should do if you go to new places is meet as many people as possible. The crazy thing that I wanted to say is this. We now became part of each other's life in a very small way. Like, she knows who I am. She's talked to me face to face. I know her name's Ace. She's from Atlanta. Blah, blah, blah. We've talked face to face. I had the power to like change reality. If I just sat here and said, maybe that's my wife, I didn't do anything about it, yeah, nothing's gonna change. And this is like a really valuable lesson for all you guys, and it does not just relate to boyfriend and girlfriend, it relates to anything. If you want to become somebody or do something, if you just make a freaking action towards that goal, then it will become more and more part of your life until it's completely part of your life. If you want to be healthy, but you're currently not healthy and you're not working out, the only way to become healthy is to start eating healthy. The only way to become a person who works out regularly is to work out. And as you continue to eat healthy and work out, then you just become this person who eats healthy and works out. A little side note. Next question, do you like chai tea? I absolutely love chai tea. Chai tea is actually the same thing. People keep telling me that. Chai is the Indian word, I believe, or yes, I believe it's the Indian word for tea. So I keep saying chai tea, and I'm saying tea tea. It's got like this specific holiday cinnamon type of taste to it, and I like it a little bit better than coffee because I have purposefully abstained from coffee for a while because I don't want to be somebody who gets up in the morning and says, I need my coffee to start my day. I want to just start my day with a banana and an apple or something like that, you know? But I do love the smell of coffee. I do enjoy a cup of coffee. If you have to decide yourself deaf or blind, so someone asked me if I would rather be deaf or blind, and that's a hard question because I haven't ever had to make that decision. But if we're playing one of those games where they say, would you rather, right, and I have to make a decision, I obviously wouldn't just gleefully jump at anyone. Of course I'd rather be blind. Of course I'd rather be deaf. You know, because I'd rather have my eyesight and my hearing. But if I had to think about it hard, this is the question I posed to my audience on Instagram. Would you rather be able to have a conversation, a verbal conversation with someone you love, or be able to see them but not converse verbally? You know, you can do sign language. I don't know much about sign language, but I do know a lot about having deep conversations. And I will have to say, having deep conversations with friends, family, people that I love, that's one of my favorite things to do. You know, just sit and hear their voice, because you can really understand them just by their voice if you close your eyes and you're talking for so long. So it's a hard choice. But I said on my Instagram, and I'm gonna stick by it now, that I would rather be blind for the sake of those types of conversations. I think that there's something special about that. But that's not taken away from people who are deaf and saying that their language isn't beautiful. I just don't know a lot about it. And based on that question given to me in a would you rather sense, I chose that I would rather be blind because I want to have conversation. Any beginner tips for vlogging? Is an external microphone necessary? People have asked me this a lot. What do I have to do to become a vlogger? You don't have to do anything. Get your phone out and record a video and upload it. You are now a vlogger. You might not be a good vlogger, but you're now a vlogger. Then you do it a second time, a third time, and a fourth time, and I guarantee you that the next time you upload a video, it's gonna be a little bit better because you're gonna be able to get feedback. You're gonna understand, oh, the audio wasn't as good, so next time I'll make it better. But never wait until everything's perfect to post a video. Because then I would literally have no videos on my channel if I waited for the best audio, the best video, the best setup. You don't need anything, dude, guaranteed. If you're watching this video right now, you have something that can record. Boom, that's it, that's facts right now. You have something that can record right freaking now. It's either your computer or your cell phone, or you might be watching it on a PlayStation or something like that. And if you're gonna be one of those types of people that wants to always make excuses and say, well, I don't actually have something that can record, then sell your damn TV, sell your damn Jordans, and buy a camera. And don't tell me again that you can't vlog. Just do it. That's my, honestly, beginner tips. And then just go on YouTube and watch your favorite vloggers, the people that you really enjoy watching, and just take what you like about what they do and make it your own. Seriously, I take so much of what I do from people that I love watching. For example, PewDiePie. I think the guy's brilliant. One thing that I took from PewDiePie is zooming in on my face on certain points, because that guy does it all the time. He'll say something funny and then he'll just be like, zoom in on my face. And then it makes it even better than if I just said, zoom in on my face, you know? Like, this is so much more funny. Zoom in on my face, huh? You have what it takes. Just do it. Don't be a wuss. Crazy thing too is this. People assume that if they look at me, just because I have a number by my name, Connor Sullivan, 600-something thousand subscribers at the point of this video, that I'm some sort of expert. But the crazy thing is that I'm sitting in my room looking out the window going like, dang bro, do I have what it takes to be a YouTuber? I still think that. So do all the other YouTubers, and so does everybody, bro. You look at interviews of people like Kobe Bryant, man, the dude knew he was an all-star basketball player, but not a day went by where he woke up and said, frick man, is someone gonna be better than me? Am I gonna have what it takes tomorrow? And that's just like the drive that you need to do anything in life. And it's actually good because it makes sure that you're not stagnant, you know? You're never just sitting on your laurels thinking that you have it made, you know? I think it's good as a human being to always be improving. Hi, traveling takes a lot of money, okay? This is the one I wanted to talk about. I want to travel the world like you. I wish I could, but he doesn't have enough money. I already addressed this, right? Travel to places you don't need money first, save your money, and then priorities. Flight prices are continuously getting lower. For example, during winter, you can fly from Paris to LA, or from LA to Paris for $400 round trip. I did that, dude. That's crazy. $400 round trip, you can find a flight like that. And then just prioritize your life. If travel is really, really important to you, allocate more money to travel and less money to something else. That's life. You're the only one that can live your life. You're the only one that can make your money. You're the only one that can spend your money. So just spend it on stuff that you care about. Introverted. This is a good question. I am a lot more introverted than my videos show, because for some things, let me just say what I wrote. I'm more introverted than I appear. When I'm passionate about something, I can talk for hours about it. So yeah, whatever I'm passionate about, you know, if I get onto a topic, if it's about travel, I could say, bro, and then just keep going and going and going and going for hours and hours and just talk to my friends. But when there are certain things that I don't know much about, or if I'm in situations where I don't know people, you know, I take a while to come out of my shell because I want to be respectful to them and make sure that, like, I understand the environment that they like to operate in. And I think it's important for friendships and relationships, because if you understand how other people like to operate, then you could be a better friend. And sometimes, you know, if I just go off as being an extrovert and like blah blah blah, then you impede on people's space. These are thoughts that I'm working out as I'm saying them, so I don't know if they make total sense. But yeah, I am extroverted in many ways. You know, I would say that I'm somebody who likes to go out and film videos, but I'm introverted because, yeah, I'm not totally comfortable doing that. Still, as a videographer, YouTuber, it's not totally comfortable. Like what I did out there with the girl, yeah, you might say, dude, you're so extroverted, you wouldn't talk to that girl. Dude, I was scared as mess, bro. I pooped my pants on the way there. I was like, what am I even doing? Why am I outside just trying to make a point, just talking to a girl? And then what happened? Which I'm really glad that I've built my inner man to this point. My inner man, the one that's like a BA that I try to be like more, you know? He looked at me, or he basically tapped me in the inside of my brain, and he said, don't be a freaking wuss! You wanted to go make a point? Go talk to the girl. What's the worst that can happen, bro? Think about that. What's the worst that could have happened if I talked to that girl? The absolute worst. She probably looked at me and said, you freaking dumb. I don't even know what she could have said, but whatever. That's the worst that could have happened. And that, honestly, I have learned this. The rejection of going for something that you want to do is always better than the safety you feel by not going for it. Gosh, dang it. That just rang true to me, bro. Like, literally, I just got, like, chills. Because that's so true. If you have something that you want to do, as simple as going to talk to someone, the rejection you'll feel by doing it is still, like, you get confidence from it. You're like, dude, I freaking did it. Got rejected, but I did it. Because if you stay home and you don't do something, you honestly just feel like a... And if you feel like that too long, then you become one. Don't ever let that happen to you. Last thing I'll say about the introverted, extroverted thing. Everybody is a little bit introverted and everybody is a little bit extroverted. And there's like a sliding scale, you know what I mean? Here's, let's say, extroverted, introverted. Like right in the middle is like 50-50. I would say that I'm like... In certain situations, it's like, whoop, I'm extroverted. And in certain situations, I'm like, whoop, introverted. So yeah, maybe you need multiple scales. Anyways, don't ever let someone tell you, you're an introvert, so you can't do this job. No, that's not true. Or you're an extrovert, so you can or can't do this job. It's not true, bro. If you're really passionate about something, you're a straight extrovert when you try to talk about it. You know what I'm talking about. What's the thing you miss most about USC football? So yeah, I played college football in America at a major university. And the thing that I miss the most is just the general camaraderie that you have in a group of guys, dude. That's the best. When you get 80 dudes that are all like alpha athletes, because in colleges in America, everybody plays in high school, and then the best of the best go to colleges, and you get everybody in one room, right? So everybody's like alpha, and they're always like, you, I'm the best, whatever, I'm the best. It's fun as mess to just compete all day, to argue with each other, to fight with each other, to laugh, to cry, to sweat, to bleed, bro. That is what I miss. More than anything, more than like a victory or a win or whatever. It's just like going to practice every day, laughing with the dudes, loving on each other, fighting when necessary. It's fun as heck. It's necessary, dude. Like, guys need that with each other. Guys, just like girls need to do their thing, guys need to do their thing. So like, dudes need their dude friends, girls need their girlfriends. But yeah, I just miss being with the dudes, competing, trash talking, just going out there and like being together. And I also miss the ability to work out really hard in the morning. 6 a.m. we used to work out. People would complain and stuff, but in reality it was so dope because you're getting your daily exercise in the morning with all the homies, and that's like the best motivation. If you knew that there was 80 people every morning waiting for you to run out your door, you'd get up and you'd be like, yeah, dude, they're here, let's go. And some days you'd be the one to be on fire, like, yo, let's go for a run. And maybe 10 or so of the 80 would be kind of off, but then your energy would bring them up. So you really need a group of people, man. It's hard to do it on your own. Going back to my energy situation, I have it naturally more than most people because I eat food that's healthy and I go to sleep on time most of the time. Maybe I'm just blessed with the natural energy. I think that's part of it too, but I will say that when I have people that are also energetic, bro, my energy levels up. 2x, bro, 3x, bro, 80x, bro. Need that junk. School spirit, dude. In the US, it is a big deal. If you go to a university that has a major college football team, the hype is unbelievable. The only thing you can relate it to when it comes to Europe is soccer. Okay, think of like a derby soccer match. These were our college football games every weekend during football season, and it was freaking dope, man. Just eating the best food. We would get steaks before the game. We would ride on buses to the stadium. All the fans would be there tailgating and stuff like that. The band would be playing. That was fun. I'll admit it. That was fun. What is meant by Acts 20? Okay, so I have this Bible verse on my Instagram, Acts 20, and this is the verse from the Bible, book of Acts. It says this: however, I consider my life worth nothing to me. My only aim is to finish the race and complete the task the Lord Jesus has given to me, the task of testifying to the good news of God's grace. So, as a believer, this verse sounds, I guess if you're not a believer, it might sound like I don't consider my life worth anything. But in reality, it allows me to realize that my life does have purpose, and my purpose is to share the good news of the gospel of Jesus Christ. And if you don't know what the good news is, it's basically this: the faith, the hope, the peace, the love, bro. All these good things that we feel had a source, and it came from God, and He sent us His Son to basically be the archetypal man to like share all these things with the world. Did I even explain that correctly? I believe in Jesus, and I believe that my goal in life is to share faith, hope, peace, and love with people because that gives me purpose. And that's what that verse means on my Instagram. Can we start a GoFundMe to get you some shoes? Absolutely. You can definitely do that. Look at this. See these shoes? So these shoes have been to Indonesia, Sri Lanka, India, Germany, and Italy. So they've been to 5 countries over the past 4 months. They already smell absolutely terrible. So if you would like to start a GoFundMe, you can definitely do that. I accept. Or you can just go to my PayPal account. The link is in the description, and you could just say, hey, here's some money. buy some shoes, and I will open them on camera. But yeah, don't feel pressure to do that. They're gonna get smelly after a week. After the Royal Enfield Field, what's your next dream bike or car? This is my next dream bike or car. I'll put a picture on the screen. It's a Land Rover or an Overfinch. They have two versions, I believe. There's a Land Rover or an Overfinch Defender, okay? So the Land Rover Defender, dope, bro. Old school, looks like an army truck. I've always freaking been in love with these, probably because I'm a fan of Indiana Jones, and if you've seen those movies, just being in those old rickety cars does something to me, you know what I mean? But then the Overfinch Defender is the same. And I would love to go, it's kind of been a dream of mine, to just go in the Serengeti National Park, which is in Tanzania, right at the base of Mount Kilimanjaro, and just ride through the wildlife, because there's so much wildlife there, and I would love to see that with my own eyes, man, just like binoculars on. Yeah. Where would you like to settle down? This is a good question. Okay, if I was gonna settle down, you know, if it works out with me and Ace, you know, and she is cool with us, or at least if she's cool with me making the decision. She's from Atlanta, so now I actually have to consider Atlanta because that's a cool place. I got her number, by the way. Did I mention that? Let's try to stay on track here, okay? If I was gonna settle down in the US, I would probably settle down in California, Boston, or Texas. Now that we're talking about Ace though, I do like the South. I really do. I have friends who are from Atlanta, and it's really cool. Like the South, grouping Texas into that whole, you know, Texas, Georgia, Arkansas area. Like the hospitality down there and the way of life is really awesome. And if you're not from the USA, this is something cool about the US, is like you can travel to the South, you can travel to the East, West, North, and South, and you will find very different ways of life. So it's almost like you're in Europe and you can travel to different countries, but even though in the US it's the same country, it's just a very different style of life, and I really love the style of life in the South, so I can see myself settling down in Texas for that reason, Georgia for that reason. Boston, my dad was actually born in Boston, my grandfather was born in Boston, so we have a lot of first and second cousins in Boston, and I just like the attitude of Bostonian people, bro. People in the Northeast, they're pretty like gritty and hard-nosed, and that's kind of how I was raised. I was raised by a hard-nosed Boston boy in California, so my love for California is always gonna be there. So I got a little bit of the Boston in me, but I also got a little bit of California chill in me too. So, and California had everything that we needed as kids, man. So many opportunities. You talk about sports opportunities. You talk about going skiing in the mountains and surfing on the same day. That was actually a possibility that we made happen a few times. So raising kids in California would not be a bad thing, unless you want to raise them hard-nosed East Coast or Southern hospitality. Anyways, Hogwarts house. This is actually the most important question, and if you are a Potterhead, you will know why. So I took the Pottermore test, right? And as expected, because I've thought this my entire life, I was a Gryffindor, right? I've been a Gryffindor my whole life, according to the tests online and based on the books. I read them and I said, look, I would 100% be in Gryffindor. But I think that my mindset was skewed a little bit because Harry and all the main characters are Gryffindor. I actually got to thinking the other day, and I think that I'm Gryffindor, but I'm a little bit Hufflepuff. I got a little bit of Hufflepuff in me, y'all. I wrote this down yesterday. I said, my extroverted side is Hufflepuff, but my introverted side is Gryffindor. And somebody mentioned to me the other day, very smart way to put it, I'm actually a Gryffindor with Hufflepuff tendencies. Yes, this is what it is. I'm a Gryffindor at heart, so deep down, I'm a Gryffindor. If you list out all the things that are, you know, Gryffindor-esque, like courage and all these things that they write down if you look it up on Google, that is me really on the inside, but I do have a little bit more Hufflepuff tendencies. It would take a long time to explain everything, but like some of the Hufflepuff tendencies that I could, you know, relate to. Being friendly and kind and dedicated and like tolerating a lot of different people and being loyal to your people. So like these things, these are tendencies I do have. And when you look at the Gryffindor tendencies, it's more like just like courage and strength and honor and just like boom, like Knights of the Round Table. And it seems like the Hufflepuff people are more of the wise counselors, so to speak. So basically I'm a Gryffindor with Hufflepuff tendencies. Facts. All right, that's it, y'all. That's the end of the video. I'm just gonna end it like that. Thanks for watching this podcast. It turned into a podcast. It's like over an hour. It's over an hour before I cut it, so I'll cut some of the stuff out. We'll see. If people like these types of videos, I'm definitely gonna film them more, because it's kind of nice to just sit and talk about who I really am. And I think it's good because y'all can get to know who I really am, and I know that at least one of you guys will relate on some of the things I said. So thanks for watching. Follow on IG if you want to get updates on like when I ask questions. That's it, y'all. See you next video. Peace. Goodbye, Italy. Take a look. This is where I found my wife.